In a market saturated with high-capacity polymer micro-compacts, there remains a dedicated cadre of shooters who understand a fundamental truth. Complexity is the enemy of reliability. While the modern world chases the latest double-stack magazines and battery-powered optics, there is a quiet resurgence of the wheelgun occurring in 2025. We are not talking about the rusted iron on your grandfather's hip. We are discussing modern metallurgy, advanced trigger geometry, and calibers designed to stop a threat with absolute authority. For the discerning shooter, whether you are a senior looking for mechanical simplicity or a professional seeking a backup gun that cannot jam, the revolver offers a specific set of advantages that a slide-operated action simply cannot match. There are no magazines to fail, no feed ramps to polish, and no limp-wristing malfunctions to fear. Today, we are stripping away the marketing hype to analyze 5 of the most capable, distinct, and reliable revolvers available on the market. We are looking at scandium alloys, unique Magnum calibers, and heavy steel frames that soak up recoil like a sponge. These are the tools that work when the world gets dirty, when your grip is less than perfect, and when you need 5 or 6 rounds of absolute certainty. We begin with the return of royalty, the Colt King Cobra carry. This revolver represents the resurrection of the legendary snake gun lineage, but it has been modernized for the realities of concealed carry. When you pick up the King Cobra, the first thing you notice is the density. Weighing in around 26 ounces, this is not a featherweight toy. It is a solid chunk of stainless steel, and that weight is entirely intentional. In a world obsessed with shaving ounces, Colt understands that mass is the only thing that physically counteracts the violence of a Magnum cartridge. This revolver features a 2-inch barrel and is chambered for the full house .357 Magnum, though it happily digests .38 Special Plus P for practice. The true genius of the King Cobra lies in its shootability. Because of that heavy steel frame, the recoil impulse, which would be punishing in a lighter alloy gun, is tamed into a manageable shove. This allows the shooter to get back on target for follow-up shots significantly faster. The double-action trigger is arguably one of the best factory triggers on the market. Smooth, non-stacking, and with a clean break that inspires confidence. The King Cobra carry holds 6 rounds in the cylinder, giving you a 1-round advantage over the typical 5-shot snub-nose competition. It features an exposed hammer, allowing for single-action precision if the situation dictates, and solid fixed sights that are rugged enough for daily carry. It is a tool that balances concealment with fighting capability. It is compact enough to hide inside a waistband, yet substantial enough to be shot extensively without fatigue. This is the choice for the shooter who refuses to compromise on ballistic power and appreciates the craftsmanship of a legacy American brand. At the complete opposite end of the physical spectrum lies a marvel of material science. The Smith & Wesson 340 PD. If the Colt is a heavyweight brawler, the 340 PD is an exotic assassin. This J-frame is widely considered the ultimate deep concealment revolver, primarily because of its unbelievable weight. By utilizing a frame constructed from scandium alloy and a cylinder made of titanium, Smith & Wesson has achieved a loaded weight of roughly 11.8 ounces. It feels less like a firearm and more like a prop until you pull the trigger. This extreme weight reduction comes with a very specific price. Physics. Firing full-power .357 Magnum loads through a sub-12-ounce gun is a violent experience. It is often described as slapping a concrete wall. However, the purpose of this weapon is not to be a fun range toy. Its purpose is to be carried effortlessly. It disappears into a pocket, an ankle holster, or a jacket lining without dragging down your clothing. It is the gun you carry when you cannot carry a gun. The 340 PD is a hammerless design, meaning the hammer is enclosed within the frame to ensure a snag-free draw from deep concealment. It holds 5 rounds of .357 Magnum or .38 Special. For the vast majority of users, carrying it with .38 Special plus P is the tactical sweet spot, offering lethal performance without the bone-jarring recoil of the Magnum cartridge. It requires a dedicated shooter to master, one who understands that this is a professional's tool designed for close contact defense where reliability and portability are the only metrics that matter. It is a specialized instrument for a specialized application. Ruger has long been known for building tanks, but with the LCR, or Lightweight Compact Revolver, they proved they could also build a spaceship. The LCR solved a problem that plagued lightweight revolvers for decades: the terrible, heavy trigger pull. Ruger engineers approached this by redesigning the internal geometry from scratch, utilizing a friction-reducing cam system. The result is a double-action trigger pull that is incredibly smooth, consistent, and lighter than almost anything else in its class right out of the box. The construction of the LCR is a hybrid design. It features a monolithic frame made from aerospace-grade aluminum or steel in the Magnum versions. For the upper cylinder and barrel support, mated to a polymer fire control housing for the grip frame. This use of polymer helps to dampen the sharp vibration of recoil, making the 13.5-ounce revolver feel softer in the hand than its metal-framed competitors. It is chambered in .38 Special plus P, providing 5 rounds of proven defensive capability. What makes the LCR a top-tier choice for seniors or those with lower hand strength is that innovative trigger. It does not require the massive finger strength that older designs demanded, allowing for accurate shot placement without disturbing the sight picture. The Hogue Tamer grip, installed from the factory, further aids in recoil absorption, featuring a gel insert at the web of the hand. It is an ugly gun by traditional standards, utilitarian and modern, but it functions with a reliability and ease of use that makes it a perfect defensive companion. It is a tool designed to disappear in a pocket holster and emerge ready to work without any external hammers to snag on clothing. Sometimes, the best solution to a problem is to change the caliber entirely. Enter the Ruger SP101 chambered in the unique .327 Federal Magnum. The SP101 is legendary for being overbuilt, a solid stainless steel frame that is virtually indestructible. However, usually these are found in .357 Magnum. By chambering it in .327 Federal Magnum, Ruger offers a fascinating alternative that bridges the gap between power and capacity. The .327 Federal Magnum cartridge delivers kinetic energy that rivals the .357 Magnum, but does so with significantly less recoil. This allows the shooter to manage the weapon more effectively, keeping the sights on target for rapid follow-up shots. Furthermore, because the cartridge diameter is smaller, Ruger is able to fit 6 rounds into the cylinder instead of the usual 5 found in revolvers of this size. You gain an extra round of capacity and a flatter shooting trajectory, without sacrificing terminal performance. Weighing in as a heavy-duty compact, the SP101 absorbs the snap of the cartridge beautifully. The rubber grip with wood inserts provides a solid purchase, filling the hand better than the sliver-thin grips found on smaller guns. The trigger is a standard Ruger design, a bit heavy, but smooths out wonderfully with use. For a senior shooter or anyone sensitive to the punishing recoil of a lightweight Magnum, this combination of a heavy steel frame and an efficient high-velocity caliber offers the perfect Goldilocks solution. It is distinct, effective, and built to last several lifetimes of hard use. Rounding out our selection is the Kimber K6XS. Kimber made waves a few years ago by introducing the K6S, the world's lightest 6-shot .357 Magnum. The K6XS is the evolution of that concept, optimized specifically for concealed carry. This model utilizes a lightweight aluminum alloy frame to bring the weight down to a mere 15.9 ounces. It is designed to be the ultimate carry-friendly six-shooter, chambered in .38 Special Plus P. The aesthetic of the Kimber is undeniable. It is sleek, with melted edges, and a carry melt treatment that ensures there are absolutely no sharp corners to dig into your body or snag on a holster. But beyond its looks, it is a serious performer. It manages to squeeze 6 rounds into a cylinder width that most competitors can only fit 5 into. That 20% increase in capacity is a massive advantage in a defensive scenario. The trigger on the K6XS is a standout feature, delivering a non-stacking match-grade double-action pull that feels lighter than the specifications would suggest. The sights are fixed but highly visible, featuring a bright orange dot on the front sight for rapid acquisition under stress. While it is lightweight, the grip geometry is designed to fill the hand effectively, distributing the recoil impulse over a larger surface area. It strikes a balance between the punishing lightness of the Smith & Wesson Scandium models and the heavy heft of the steel Colts. It is an elegant, high-capacity solution for the modern revolver carrier, who values both form and function. The revolver is often dismissed by the modern tactical community as a relic of a bygone era. But as we have analyzed today, that assessment is dangerously incorrect. The technology driving these wheelguns has evolved to meet the demands of the 21st century without sacrificing the mechanical soul of the platform. Whether you choose the featherweight Smith & Wesson 340 PD for deep concealment, where a larger gun would be left at home, or the tank-like ruggedness of the Ruger SP101 for managing the snap of defensive ammunition, the principle remains the same. You are trading the high capacity of a double-stack magazine for absolute, undeniable simplicity. In a high-stress situation where fine motor skills degrade and panic sets in, the ability to simply pull the trigger and know the weapon will fire without worrying about limp wristing, stovepipes, or battery failure is a tactical advantage that cannot be overstated. These 5 revolvers represent the pinnacle of that philosophy in 2025. Remember, a smaller gun is often harder to shoot well than a larger one. Whichever platform you choose, you must commit to training with the ammunition you intend to carry. Verify your point of impact. Master the long, double-action trigger pull, and carry with the confidence that comes from knowing your equipment will not fail you. Stay safe, stay armed, and keep your powder dry.